It's Knowledge Bomb time again, and our topic for today is a question we were asked a few days ago by one of our followers. Before we begin, this video does assume you have basic knowledge of what static, dynamic and eccentric quasi-isometric stretches are. If you do not know what they are, we recommend checking our videos on these or searching the internet to clarify each one before continuing with this video. The question is, what stretches should be done before and after a workout? We'll answer this in good detail in this video, but in short, the research suggests that static stretches should be done before resting, while dynamic stretches and eccentric quasi-isometric stretches are better conducted before physical exertion and after physical exertion respectively. It's important to remember that there aren't good and bad stretches, but rather better timed and better targeted stretches. Know your body's needs and know your training goals. By knowing these two things, you will have an idea of what stretches will best allow you to pursue your training goals and provide the support your body needs along the way. To decide what stretches are best before and after a workout for you, we should address the elephant in the room. How flexible are you and what level of muscle stability do you have? It's somewhat common for even the most flexible people to experience pain of some description. If we use a ballet dancer as a case in point, most ballet dancers would have or require an extreme range of motion to perform as they do. This means that their tissue extensibility, or their ability to move beyond what would be considered the normal range of movement for most people, is very well established, making this a relatively easy task, but it is often at the trade-off of muscle stability. For this reason, it's usually recommended that people without any flexibility deficits forego stretching for the sake of stretching, as it can lead to soreness as their muscles struggle to stabilize the body. At the opposite end of the flexibility spectrum, if we were to suppose that an aspiring powerlifter who's never stretched a day in their lifetime requires just enough flexibility to perform the movements necessary within the sport, then static stretching would be beneficial. In the powerlifter's case, the lack of flexibility or tissue extensibility is crippling their form and functionality, so a static stretch can help. This is also to say that anyone with a very low stretch tolerance and/or very poor tissue extensibility will benefit from static stretches. Furthermore, it's best to use this form of stretching immediately before periods of rest, as static stretching calms the nervous system and relaxes the muscles. Alternatively, everyone can benefit from dynamic stretches because it blends tissue extensibility, balance, postural control and stability together. Therefore, dynamic stretches should be the stretching choice for the majority of people, especially before physical exertion, because it fires up the body and primes the neural pathways. As a result, it's not a good idea to do this before periods of rest. Eccentric quasi-isometric stretches are best for people who have clinically short muscles or specific limitations in relative flexibility. These should be conducted immediately following your workout and only on muscle groups or areas that you have identified to be short or too stiff in relation to adjacent segments. The trick is to find your personal balance between flexibility and stability, where you have the range of motion you need to live and train comfortably without trading off your muscle stability. If you can achieve all activities in your daily life and you do not experience pain when you are at resting posture, you are likely within your optimal range of motion. You may very well be able to increase your flexibility further, but limit your end goal to the range in which you can do so without pain, dysfunction and compensation. If you want to complement your stretches and increase your mobility further, consider looking into foam rolling and other soft tissue techniques, as there is some interesting research around for those. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you can take away something from today. Until next time, train hard and supercharge your muscle growth with Rare Nutrition.